Hey everybody, this is Bomani Howes. I'm the founder of Black Star Society and also the president and CEO of Olmec Development Company. I'm a partner in a real estate firm called Intergen Real Estate Group. Now, I'm standing at the base of the Lower Hill, which is a neighborhood in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It sits in between the second and third largest revenue producing areas in the state of Pennsylvania. Downtown Philadelphia being number one, downtown Pittsburgh being two, and Oakland being number three. Right in the middle sits the historic Hill District neighborhood. Here's the base of the Hill District. Here's the Pittsburgh Paints Arena, and that's downtown Pittsburgh. Up on top, you'll see the Hill District, right? And in between is the Lower Hill, or 28-acre development. So I just wanted to come by for a second and kind of give you a story that's developing, right? On here, I'm standing at the corner of Fullerton and Center Avenue. Now, during the Great Migration between the 1940s and 50s, there were about 6 million black people who came up from the Deep South to the North, to the mills and to the plants, the auto industry, to look for a better opportunity and safeguard from the heated racism in the South. And so they landed here and built an enclave here. And the story goes is that the city used eminent domain after a while to get rid of the blight and remove black folks from this area. And so since then, the Hill District put up a barrier to say no longer will we be pushed out. And so that fight continues today. But now this fight is turning into opportunity. And so here's where I want to lead us, right? So with this opportunity, right, in the Lower Hill, there's 28 acres of open development that needs to be developed over the next 10 years. And of that 28 acres, it's going to be 1,200 residential units, of which our firm has won 250 units. And then there's going to be 200,000 square feet of office space, 400,000 square feet of commercial space, open parks, entertainment districts, you name it. It's going to be the center of this city, and the revitalization efforts are going to be right here in this Lower Hill section. And so what I wanted to come by and say is that there's an opportunity to turn and transform this region from not just to become a good city that has turned the corner and reinvented itself from the steel mill town that it used to be, but also to utilize technology and diversity to becoming a world-class city. And so one of the ways that we can do that is through a serious focus on transformation. And that has to begin with us. Now, I'm speaking directly to the business community first, because what I want us to do is really think about transformational work. What we do right now, right? In the beginning or the mid reassessment of our 5-year plans or whatever is going to determine what our next generation will be able to benefit from, whether we choose to act on our planning or not. Now, when there's a good book called When Work Disappears, and it talks about when generations of people are shut out of the economy, what happens to that community, how it impacts family, how it impacts schools and performance, how it impacts the environment, how it impacts workforce and wealth creation and jobs coming from the contractors and all of that, right? So not only when work disappears is a good question or area to examine, but it's also when good business development, entrepreneurial culture, right? At one point in time, we were the most entrepreneurial class of people there were, because out of slavery, we had no choice. There was no other way but to be entrepreneurial. It's time to revisit our cultural roots. We have provided the labor that built the wealth of this country. Now it's time to cash in, right? And one of the ways that we do that is going back to our cultural roots and firming up our businesses. And so what I want to really stress is about partnerships. One of the things I've been able to benefit from is being able to get in on a mentor-protege type of relationship with my partners. All right, I'm the youngest of our group. Our group again is called Interchin Real Estate Group, and I've been mentored. I'm being mentored. I'm being prepared for a development opportunity that most won't get to have. And so my responsibility, as they feel they are charged with, is to be able to help prepare other people to pass on the business acumen and the opportunities for wealth creation. And so that's on the development side. But what that means is that with the development, we're also able to kick in the doors for contractors, black contractors that have not had the opportunity to be a part of this city's revitalization efforts. But the important piece is, as one pastor told us as a consultant coming in from LA, I believe he was from, he said, don't just do the work, speaking to community organizers and leaders, don't just do the work of kicking in the doors. You have to make sure your people are prepared, because once you kick in the doors, if they're not prepared, then it will be all for naught. And so I want to give a shout out to the community leadership that has been paving the way for this opportunity to happen. We've been at this for a very long time. Back in 2006, I started my journey into community economic development back in 2005 when I went back for my MBA and then got an internship with the Urban Redevelopment Authority. But then in that same time frame, it was Marimba Malayans and of the Hill CDC who led the charge in trying to make sure that there was community benefit in this development, right? And I'll just give you some all around me, right? New hotel, a new apartment building renovated, and still the old parking lots, right? In the background, there's the old Conley Trade Center, now the Energy Innovation Center, right? And so along with Marimba Malayans of the Hill CDC, there was also public leadership in the city council level. So I want to acknowledge Councilman Lavelle, who has been a champion for opportunity in this area as well. And then I want to also thank and acknowledge Representative Jake Wheatley, who at the state level has been supportive of making sure that there are not only development but building opportunities, not only job but contracting opportunities. And then DeWitt Walton, who's been working with the A. Philip Randolph Institute to make sure that the training and preparation for any type of union work that could be had on the site is up to muster. So there are a lot of other leaders. I want to thank the community, the Hill District community in general at large, those who've been keeping up with the fight and trying to prepare themselves for the opportunity. I'm speaking to you at this moment because the opportunity is now. Right, we are really getting to a turning point. I can't speak about all the specifics that are about to come down the pike, but the public information that you already know about and can pick up in the papers, or is that there's going to be about a projected $2.7 billion of development. We got to get out in front of this opportunity, and one of the ways we do that is through partnerships. Right? If we know we don't have the back shop or the technical assistance to be able to manage our accounting books and things of that nature, getting our credit in line, getting our borrowing capacity, we got to do that work now. If you've been doing that work and been mustered in line, I know some guys who've been in the business of the trades for 10, 15, 20 years, but they haven't had the opportunity to take it to that next level. Well, now it's time. This is it, right? So I'll be coming back to you, but the key word I want to say for right now, right, is partnership, right? Through partnerships, right? We have to get beyond this idea, this feeling that if I don't fight as hard to elbow everybody else out of the way and just go for mine, that we won't be able to, you won't be able to eat. It's not the case in this example, right? The more we're able to partner and build bridges for people in our like trades, or not only the trades, but also in the professional areas, right? Engineering and architecture, finance, things of that nature, right? The capacity here for these jobs, these contracts are so huge. For example, if we're just talking about the electrical, right? You might get an electrical package that is like $8 million. And in most cases, there aren't any minority contractors who are able to handle a package that large. But what do? You partner, right? You get together. And one of the things that we're going to be doing is getting in the room or bring in large subs, around the idea of partnering with minority contractors, and then through that we have an increased number of making sure that the minority labor will be able to reflect the numbers that we're trying to reach in terms of our MBE goals. The whole city is behind it, the region's behind it, the unions are in a very desperate attempt to be relevant in the growing workforce that the city is demanding in terms of its growth. And so this is a really opportune time. Our educators, let's make sure that we're not only training and preparing our young people for trades opportunities, but also for ownership opportunities. Okay, so there will be affordable housing on this site. Community fought for that and won. So there will be 20% affordable housing on this site, and our children who are now in second grade should be able to come out into the workforce and eat from the fruit of our labor that we're working so hard on now. So I'm not going to hold you. I just wanted to come back with that messaging. I just got out of a meeting. Well, actually, I've been in meetings since before 8 o'clock this morning. It's well off into the afternoon, to the late afternoon. So I just wanted to come by, share that message. Get in now. Get in now. Sharpen your pencil now. This is Bomani House. I'm the founder of Black Star Society and the owner of Olmec Development Company, partner with Entergen Real Estate Group. Signing off.